A kind day to you all. I'm Kinsmark, and I come to you now ashamed of my failure, as my combat performance thus far is embarrassing. I must atone. I must improve. I must forge myself in the fires of combat into a new man, capable of calling down the fury of the heavens upon mine enemies. So let's check out duel mode, shall we? I am all kinds of eager to actually show this off, because I had some fun with it. Because for those that aren't aware, I have streamed this game and actually checked out several of the, actually all of the current modes available to the game, save for those that I haven't actually reached the level to actually participate in. And come to find that command mode I favor, because I ain't a duelist so far, and I suspect the current trend of my absolutely stellar combat performance is about to continue. Alright, so let's see here. Seems the action is a few streets over. So I actually misspoke. I should correct myself in the last episode, because I called this a free-for-all, and as far as I'm aware, it isn't. It's actually a team combat mode. Sans any of the infantry and adjutants. It's just all characters controlled in the hands of players. There we are. Finish him. So sticking together is absolutely key, because you can't just carve through other players in the same manner as one can against NPCs. Alright. Oh, they are cavalry charging. Almost all of them. Alright. Stick together! Keep ranks! There we are. Alright. Whoa, hey, you kinda snuck up on me there. Come on, friend. Oh, jeez. Ow, ow, ow. Little help here, friends. There we go. Ah! Change into the sword. There we go. Ah! Yeah! Sweet. Alright. Finish him! Come at me with your friggin' sword. Oh! He disappeared! I couldn't kill. I just changed places. Alright, fine. Hey now. The hell are you doing with that shoe? And stick. And my spine. At least here, I can join the combat once again, as one can actually respawn in this mode. It isn't just a one and done, like command mode. Alrighty. And there are a few maps available for this mode. This one I'm actually a little critical of, just because I find it fairly needlessly large and expansive. Like, once one respawns, you usually have to spend a fair amount of time just running across the field to catch up to the point of congregation. Alright. I'm actually noticing a little stuttering and lag happening. Ah, just like that. So, yes! Another kill to my name. I am improving. Shall indeed change myself and my ways, and earn the trust of my lord. There we are. Oh, hi. Well, I can't tell if I actually finished killing him. I have no idea. Ooh. Cut him off of his horse. Man, I haven't actually encountered latency like this at all in this game. This is a first. I know they had some server issues earlier today, as of this recording, and so that may have affected some things. Ah! Alright. That's a friendly helping him up. Let me make sure he can continue to do that. Friend, if you wanna just keep on letting me hack at you, I mean, have at! I might advise against it, if I were so inclined. That I am pitted against you, and it is my mission to kill you, however. it compels me to say, carry on, and keep letting me carve your ribs out of your torso. I simply question your judgment, that's all I'm saying, man. Haha, gotcha. Ah. I like that one can actually collide with the environment with weapon swings. Alright, there we are. Crush his skull! Alright. Curse myself for saying it, however. I think I'm actually doing alright. As far as my past performances in duel mode are concerned. Because I tend to rely on my soldiers in command mode and let them handle threats, and I just sort of direct them, as a commander should. The hell are you doing, man? I don't know. Oh, he's applying healing. Alright. And, so I haven't actually honed my combat skills against other players all that finely. So perhaps I should, in fact, spend some time in this mode, on and off camera, such that I can improve and put on a more impressive show for you all. Ooh, okay, they are holding ranks. Caught you sleeping. Ah! Oh, come on. Jeez. This latency is severe. I haven't encountered anything like this. Like, it's just playable? Ugh. It's closing in on the edge, though, because, geez, I mean... that guy sort of teleported. There we go. Carve him off his horse! And hit! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, he's a swordsman. Stay out of his range. Catch him! There we are. Because the advantage... pole arms... is, of course, the reach. And the fact that I can deal lethal damage at ranges when they cannot reach me. I'm, in fact, at my most potent when they are completely impotent. So, I have to capitalize upon that. Ow, ow, charging me. Ow, ow. There we go. Alright, friendly, help him up. Oh, no, that's not helping a friendly, that's killing an enemy. I mean, I'd like to do that. I'd prefer to have allies at my side, however, to cover me as I crush skulls. Because that's just the kind of guy I am. Speaking of crushing skulls, could you please leave mine intact? I'd prefer it the way it is. I kind of like it. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Oh, hey. Alright. Well, could someone just make your mind up? Because I'd either like to live again, to die another day. Alright, I'll just see to this myself. There we are. Or I'd like to respawn, so now I can do that. Alright. I'm afraid this game falls into the category that so many have, on this channel, at least, of, I like it, I'm just not good at it. Not yet, anyway. Because, as familiar as it is to several of the other games I've compared it to, it is definitely its own creature, however. Ooh, wait, this guy's charging like crazy. Ooh, cut him hard. I should also note, one other thing I've learned is that, whoa, armors fall into 3 categories: cloth, leather, and metal. And they're all protective against different sorts of attacks. Whether it's cutting, piercing, or smashing from things like hammers. They're all good for defending against certain kinds of things. So, capitalizing upon the sorts of attacks you're likely to encounter as an archer, or as a frontline melee character, or as a cavalryman, is actually a fairly paramount choice to make tactically as far as preparation, to make sure that your armor is actually effective in— oh, come on! The hell hit me? Oh, that archer! The guy that was on the roof, I even saw him and I forgot about him. Alright, fine. How the hell did he get up there? Because that's actually a solid strategy. I'll have to look for that. Because he was on that roof there. How on earth did he get up there? Ooh, I wonder if it's one of those stacks of supplies, if we could climb up it. Alright. One thing for it! Carve my guts out and go investigate. Alright. Let's see. This is actually a fun match. Like, all the stuttering aside, I'm actually having a good time with this one. Because usually, in my experience so far at least, these duel matches are just dominated because a handful of players just absolutely thrash everyone else. And the rest of us are just kind of left catching up. Alright. There we are. Archery. Where is he? Wait, no. That's a friendly. God, I can hardly tell who's who here. Where is he? He's already down. Alright. Well, at least I have learned that there are, in fact, places to get up onto these roofs. Ah, that's right. I can't charge if I have archery equipped. Whoop. Uh-oh. 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 He seems angry. Ah, jeez. Alright. Perhaps archery is a fool's errand at the moment, because latency is making accuracy impossible. Yeah, I can't deal with that kind of stuttering. Apologies for that, guys. I honestly have not encountered stuttering like this at all in this game till this match. So perhaps the server migration that I think they were conducting earlier today affected things adversely. That's unfortunate. Oops. So is shooting the friggin' floor. There we go. So I'm always paranoid doing this kind of thing, because were it me, I'd ambush me. There we go. At least if I'm here, I can actually see in my periphery to each side, so they can't sneak up on me as easily. Jeez. Yep, this is kind of a fool's errand. There we go, I hit someone there. At least I think I can't damage allies, because I don't think friendly fire is a thing. Even! About that ambush thing! Using ranged weapons. Crap. They are on each side. Okay, sword, close range. Carve out his friggin' eyes! Ow! Speaking of, that looked like his spear caught me in mine. Ally! Avenge me! Alright, cool. Avenging done. Help me, perhaps? He's carving his lungs out. There we go. Alright, cool. A team player. I like you. Cheers to you, sir. Alright, cool. Oh, jeez. I am all red now. Okay, perhaps I should actually use... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I spent so much time looking at the meter. I didn't actually see that he had ambushed me. There we go. Keep carving away at him. Yes! Finish him! Whoa. Uh-oh. Ah! Alright. Achieved victory a foot from the ground. So, I was in the top few, at least. I think I can take a little pride in that. Just a little. Alright. So, that is how the gameplay of duel mode plays out. As I said, there are a handful of maps for it. I haven't encountered that many. However, I suspect that's probably just a limitation of my having not achieved a sufficient tier. Because tiers affect not only the soldiers that one can command, as I've mentioned, though, the fact that the arms and armor that one can actually purchase and acquire for oneself come from the gear available to the soldiers and the upgrades for them means that as you increase in tier for your soldiers, you also increase in gear tier for yourself. So that may affect the availability of maps. And as far as duel mode, if that is the case, I might like to see that changed, just because there isn't exactly any of that dynamic as far as the gameplay styles of things like cavalry and archery and all the different ranges and topography that could favor one or the other that lead to, I assume, the limitations of certain maps to certain tiers. I don't know. That's just speculation at this point. So I can't promise that I'll cover it in the next episode. However, I will cover the Epic War PvE mode in another episode. I may just record some more Command mode, because I've had several people comment telling me that they like this series and that I'm one of the few people that's actually covering it and taking the time to try and understand it. And I'm happy to share my appreciation of it with all you guys, because I absolutely adore this game. I think I've said that several times at this point, and it's scratching several itches at once for me, because it's a competitive form of combat the likes of Mount and Blade. It's set in and amongst the characters and the era and the time period of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms a la Dynasty Warriors, and it's got just enough of a strategy and an RPG element to also give me that satisfaction of progression. And so it's actually comparable in certain ways to a lot of even like vehicular combat games, insofar as one is unlocking different sets of gear and upgrades and speccing for different styles of combat for each of one's forces. So it's a cool combination that's fairly unique unto itself. And as I said last time, it's just struck me that I'm incredibly happy and thankful that this is, so far, at the current stage of development, a fair game monetarily, as far as its structure is concerned. And I hope so much that it stays that way. Because as far as the core gameplay is concerned, there is such a cool experience here. And all it needs is a little localization polish to make it shine amongst all of the free-to-play market, because it just doesn't have much in terms of competition directly for the sort of experience that it offers. So anyway, I shall probably cover this, as I mentioned, in a few more episodes. I'll certainly stream it again in the future, so look forward to that here at Less of a Price. I'm Kinsmark, and as always, I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed.